Good evening, Wasters. Welcome to the first session of the Nuked Twitch live stream broadcast. This is the first session of a campaign. We have a lot of plans and a lot of good, excellent guest stars lined up. Today, we're going to have all 6 of our regular players. That will not be the case for every session, but it is the case tonight, so you can meet them. Go a little easy on us with the mechanics. I may have to stop and remind them from time to time. But other than that, we're going to have some fun. Off the wall, post-apocalypse role-playing at its best. Colt, can you bring the end times, please?
Listen. It was the end for billions, but it was the beginning for us. In the final days, everybody felt that something had gone horribly wrong. Centuries of inescapable conflict, it built to a showdown that nobody could win. All of the global superpowers had been set against one another, each convinced that they had no choice but the deterrent offered by their doomsday weapons. They gambled that no one would ever use such a thing. And of course, somebody did, and it all came crashing down. Over a century later, we're still trying to piece together what happened. Tough without mass media. What is certain is this. The last World War destroyed civilization as we knew it. We also learned that angels are real, but that they are aliens that have been manipulating us since the very beginning. I, and most of us, believe that the angels were behind the rise and fall of humankind. Thousands of survivors served them willingly in cities they call cathedrals, loading their ships with our resources, still hoping for redemption. We live in the aftermath of the apocalypse, but it's not as bad as it sounds. Sure, it is a ruined hellscape full of monsters that want to eat your face, but people can adapt to pretty much anything, so adapted we have. People are still people, we bitch about work, never really satisfied with anything in our lives. That hasn't changed. Same room, different color. And there have always been those who can rise above the mediocrity of the botched and the bungled, making something of their lives no matter how shitty the hand they have been dealt turns out to be. Let me tell you a story of a group of such people, a rugged team of wasteland adventurers destined to learn what the deal with octopi is, why there are strategic reserves of poutine, who Delta Gamma is, and what really happened to the dogs. Imagine them on the road to a high-tech storage facility where a dead man lies dreaming, waiting to give a final warning before he allows himself to die.
The team's been operated for several years in Central Texas. Recently, they've been headquartered out of a settlement called the Shire, run by the descendants of survivors of a local Renaissance fair. After a successful scavenger run to a cryogenic lab that yielded a bounty of resaleable tech, they began searching for records of other cryogenic lab by the same that yielded a bounty of resaleable was able to hack into a local hub, and Special Agent Goldwater accessed tax records that showed a storage facility less than a week away. As we open, they are already 4 days northeast of the Shire. They took the splintered highway as far as they could, then went off-road, and the ribbon of shattered concrete was more dangerous than advantageous. They've camped along a side road out in the wild. As the sun sets, we find them preparing for their evening meal. Erik and Wynona, you have been sent out hunting. You have some rations, but honestly, in the field, you're usually better off catching something, either foraging or catching something live to add to whatever you have. I mean, you've gone through what's in the back of the truck, and it's a pretty sad collection of pretty terrible tasting stuff. So the two of you figured you'd be better off catching something that you can cook. Dead thing plus fire equals delicious. Wynona, let me have a landlore test, please.
A landlord test, okay. 1 second, stand by. All right, let me just roll for you. Okay.
Yeah, Wynona spent a lot of time away from the cities out here. and is very familiar with the lands outside.
I got a 6.
Okay, so you have actually found a place where you think that there's prey. You know that Erik is a dead shot. So if you can find something, there's a pretty darn good chance you can kill it. Wynona, what does Wynona look like?
Wynona has fox-like features. She's got cute little ears. She is just petite, and she likes to wear her little candy striper apron because she's a vet. But again, she can treat humans because there's no real difference in her eyes. All the same.
We're all animals, right?
Yes.
A point I think we made before, you have a doctor bag, and there's tradition out here in the Waste that's got a medical cross on it. If you choose to wear that visibly, people are honor bound to not attack and murder you. And other people that are quasi-civilized, if they catch people doing that, it's bad form to kill the medics. On the other hand, if you're going to show the cross, it's understood that you're not attacking other people. So in any case where you feel neutrality is a good idea, just let me know when you want, like basically the flap on your messenger bag. You can put that out so it's obvious that you're a medic, but it's completely up to you when you do that. So what kind of a character is Wynona? What's her function in the team?
What's her function and what was that second part?
In the team?
Okay, so she's a medic. She doesn't have a lot of fighting skills, but Wynona, she always sees the brighter side of things. I don't think that she realizes quite what's happening. She's very smart intellectually, but in her mind, it's almost like everybody's a cartoon character. Everything is great most of the time. She likes people to look a certain way, and so before battle, she'll often, maybe put on a different jacket or think about that's her main concern. Besides, the Hippocratic Oath of saving everyone.
Sure. Okay, so she is at this point. It's just the two of you out here. What's Erik look like?
Erik's kind of short, but not like freakishly short, but he's short. But the freakish part, well, he's two, actually. He's got long arms, like really incredibly long arms, like gorilla length arms. And he's got a third eye that he often wears a patch to conceal because it's very tough shooting, lining up a sight with 3 eyes. So he has to get back down to 2. So it's 3 dimensions and not 5. And he's very hairy. A point of which he is neither proud nor particularly ashamed. He just is what he is. And he has it's called a muzak, or I'm sorry, it's like a music player, a musica that he wears. That's like an iPod shuffle that basically has songs that he really, really likes. He gravitated towards early to mid 60s British mod.
I'm picturing those things. Remember hit clips?
Yeah, exactly.
Those ridiculous things that had one song cost $10.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm picturing like a grotesque Frankensteinian midline between an iPod and a hit clip.
Yeah, he's got about 4 Kink songs on constant repeat. And then he really is enamored of like bright colors. He does not give a fuck if he is seen. He could shoot first always. So he kind of dolls himself up and is way into the psychedelic pop scene of the early 1960s.
Given his third eye and your indirect reference to 5 dimensions, do you see colors? Does Erik see colors different, do you think?
And Erik doesn't see color.
I walked right into that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole extra set of colors that come with being a mutant, right? So
shifting chartreuse lives matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I need a notice check from Erik, please.
Excellent. Success.
Okay, awesome. And just 1 success or multiple?
2 successes.
Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of walking for audience. So they're rolling a number of 6-sided dice equal to their skill rating, and if you get a 6, you succeed. If you get more than 1, you might get a little extra. So in his case, he might notice something sooner or get extra details. is making a note of switch to perception roll. Eric's good at this. It's one of the things Erik does. Also, he got 3 eyes, damn it, which does make these things easier. You see in the area that Wynona set out for, this is possibly where you might get predator-prey interaction. So you're watching an area for Animals Crossing. You're playing Animal Crossing. And you see a thing that's called a roadhog. So a roadhog is, picture a evolution, hostile mutation of a feral hog. So it's like a feral hog with like armor. Basically take a feral hog and make it just much worse.
That sounds great.
So it's at distant range. It has not seen you, but you could pull a shot if you like.
Hey, Foxy. Those hogs are worth eating, right?
Let's get a beast mastery roll from Wynona.
All right.
We'll go ahead and use some mechanics. Just for the hell of it.
Got a 6.
Okay, so you know that the armor is tough, but you get a nice sharp knife, and the meat is often tender and delicious.
Okay. No, they are edible. Just so you know, Erik. Not sure if you're hungry just yet. Don't know where you're at, but I know I could use a little nibble. I don't actually know if we've introduced Bork. But Bork is with us. He's, of course, as you know, Erik, my little doggy. So I think Bork hasn't eaten in a while.
Yeah, maybe it's worth a shot.
I think you can do it. I believe in you.
I'm going to go ahead and display a picture of Bork in my window here.
So cute.
No,
So
never mind. I can't screen share. And I didn't send Colt the thing.
That's
So Bork looks like a dog created by somebody who's never seen a dog. So it's a big mess of folds and slobber. It also looks like it's not clean, even though it is. But Wynona loves it. So it's this big dog-like mutant thing.
the cutest.
Meat,
So you're gonna take
man's got to eat. Let's do it.
Pull a shot? All right. So give me a shoot. Do you want to do any of your fancy nonsense or just take a shot?
Let's for the purposes of this demonstration, let's just take a shot.
Perfect. So there is a shoot skill, and he's rolling that.
I am successful and then 2 near successes. So
Okay, yeah, near the 5s don't matter unless you don't roll any 6s. So you hit the thing.
yes.
And its armor against guns is 3. So go ahead and roll your damage. So a shot rings out.
I got 3 hit points.
Did you get any 6s?
2 crits, yeah.
Okay, so for every die that gets that 3 or higher, you score 1 point. Plus you get the crit for your rifle in addition for every 6. So that would be, so how many, we'll go ahead and do this first one out loud. So what were your rolls?
Which is 4 and 1, 3, which is 1, so 5.
Okay, so, and re-roll the 6, because you have the possibility to just infinitely roll 6s.
I have 2 6s, so should I re-roll both of them?
Okay, so I'm sorry, we're gonna go again real slow. I'm only doing this because the first time we're doing damage.
Yeah.
Give me the rolls of your damage dice again.
I just picked them up, and it was 6, 6, 5, 3, and 1.
Okay, so 6, 6, 3, every die that gets a 3 or higher is a point of damage. So that's 4 points. Then you got 2 6s. They score the crit each. So that's plus 6. You did 10 points of damage.
Oh, my.
Then re-roll the 2 6s because the damage dice are exploding. So re-roll those 2 dice. You're only looking for 6s.
Yeah, baby.
You have the potential.
Snake eyes, baby. I got 2 1s.
Okay.
It's all about those snake eyes.
But you did 10. So there is, you can hear it from here, but just barely. There's a piggy snort of pain and surprise. It is not dead. It is wounded. What is your follow-up? Are you going to see if it runs, or do you want to take it down?
Say that again. Am I going to what?
Take it down or see if it runs.
Let's take it down.
It's
We want
like
to
a
eat this
blocker.
thing. Let's kill it.
We're hungry.
Okay.
One more shot. Yeah.
So
Bork is hungry.
I need a notice roll from Wynona.
1 second. Right. All right, I got 2 6s.
Oh, 2 6s is great because you actually needed the extra information. Its cry of pain sounded pathetic. So a creature out here that's hunting, the cry of pain, especially from basically an evolved feral hog, would be angry. Also, it's a little weird that it's on its own, but that's, the thing to your ear, though, is that the cry was less and more oink. And you
All
see,
the better to put it out of its misery, baby. Let's do it.
you see Erik reloading.
Okay. Erik, Bork's hungry. My stomach's growling, just a low murmur,
The cry
nothing
was
to get,
less-
crazy about. But I really do think that if you can make this swift and easy, otherwise, I'm a vet, as you know. I don't know if I want to prolong this. So
Erik,
Yeah.
that's longer than a round of talking. At any point in there, do you pull the trigger?
No, let's see what happens.
It starts wandering around looking lost and hurt. So it doesn't flee, nor does it charge. It kind of wanders around limping.
Oh, well, now I'll pull the trigger.
Hey, give me a shoot roll.
I got 4 6s, baby.
Oh, baby.
Don't roll damage. We'll say that you ended. How does it go? How does it go up?
It the little curly Q tail on the back of it
Yeah.
gets blown off and sticks into a tree and goes "Boing."
they say that's the best part, so I'm going to give that to Bork.
So the three of you, the two of you and Bork, head out to go pick up your kill. You realize as you get close that it's wearing a sweater.
Sweater.
Either this pig is cold or it is not a pig.
Well, Erik, as a medic, biologically speaking, it's a pig. It's a pig in a sweater. It seems like it's a pet. If I'm being honest with you, I think it's someone's Bork. So I think we've made a mistake.
Bork?
It's not you. You have not made a mistake. You are perfect in every way.
Bork.
You.
As you get closer still, you see it's wearing a tag around its neck.
Oh my. Can I read this tag?
It says Uncle Petey.
Oh,
Uncle Pete?
somebody's
Uncle Petey, yeah. Meanwhile, back at camp, this is the camp that's at the roadside. Navad and B are at camp. Navad, what do you look like?
So Navad is about 17 years old. He's not sure, and nobody else is sure, but he's a late adolescent. He's about 6'4", maybe 6'5", but about 130 pounds. So kind of rail thin, very gangly. He wears a denim jacket over full wizard robes, black and
Wait, I hate to interrupt. I really do, but up until you said wizard robes, Shannon, it's not like you were describing yourself at age 7.
But hold on. At no point was I 6'4" or 6'5".
Oh, okay,
So I
you're
would've-
pretty tall, though.
Also,
I'm
you're
pretty tall. I'm
presuming
like
that
6'2".
Shannon didn't own wizard robes.
All right, sorry.
No worries. So the comparison that I make, he's also very leggy. Like his proportions are human-like, but on the extreme end. So his hips seem very high for even how tall he is. So a little bit, the model I have in mind is a little bit like what Baron Trump looks like right now. But sorry, B. Yeah. I mean, just as a physical model, not as a lived example.
Who's the character, the Halloween story, Headless Horse, Ichabod Crane?
Well,
Something's
there's a
gonna
little
mount
Jack
you to
Skellington in there,
Yeah.
There's a little like that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he keeps his hood up most of the time. He's not bald. He's got kind of like a emo blackish kind of comb over that you're just going to have to imagine because I am bald. Imagine me at 17, but a couple inches taller.
With wizard robes and a comb over.
So, you're describing me, my friend. What kind of a dude is
exactly.
Navad?
What
is
pardon?
His role in the party?
Okay, so Navad is like Navad is the mage. He knows how to do magic, and in this world, magic is like people don't really understand how it works. There's a lot of competing theories as to how it works, even disagreements among people who know how to do magic. He knows how to do this stuff. He's not exactly sure 100% how to do it, but he does. And so he uses eldritch energy that he somehow is able to channel and blows things up and understands things and helps the party out that way.
For the listeners, basically the reason magic works is the world is so knocked to shit by bombs and doomsday devices that the laws of physics have gone all wibbly wobbly. So different groups of people have different traditions, which are kinds of things they think do magic. So essentially, if you are nuts enough and have strong enough will to be able to view the world differently in some places, in some ways, you can enforce your will. Nevada's actually, his tradition is wizard. So he's full on got an arcane book and the whole 9 yards. He does magic gestures. Not every mage in the setting does. There's actually people that believe that they're in a simulation. These simulationists are also wizards. So there's a lot of ways to skin that particular cat. But Nevad is a 17-year-old emo wizard of no small power, actually. And with him is B. B, what do you look like?
Hi. Okay, so B is a very Faye Valentine / April O'Neil kind of crossover. She's wearing like a green like military looking jumper. She usually has on some kind of like wizard hat or something akin to that. And she is a pure. So skin glowing, eyes radiant, hair effervescent, basically walking champagne. And that's probably about her attitude as well. Kind of like wizard hat or something. She's very quick-witted and to the point. She can be a little bit brash, but she really does mean well.
Yeah, the term pure in the setting is someone who is unmutated. A pure human is a very, very rare thing indeed. Picture like a street scene in something like the movie Cool World. Seeing like a normal person in a setting like that, they stand way out. So B is, by contrast, it's like the nobles are the people who know shit on them. She doesn't have 3 or 4 like pulsating mutations, and she is not phosphorescent. She doesn't have flaming tentacle hair. So she stands up just by the fact that she is flat out a pure person. What kind of a person is B? What does she do?
B is a very... Okay, so B is a tech, and she's also a she's a scavenger. She really loves to like assist with any tech issues or any tech needs. Very resourceful, and she's also pretty good at influence and has a lot of charisma. She's very adept at social situations. Don't ask her to like. Don't ask her to live. Don't ask her to go and look for stuff in the forest. That would be a bad time.
Just say it, Danielle. She's an influencer, isn't she?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
well, and also she runs a broadcast that channels worldwide when she's able to connect to, or like world meaning like our area wide. Whenever she's able to connect into channel 8, which is a TV broadcast that blows through the stations that still have TV.
A little pirate radio person.
Yeah, let me, so just to
Yeah.
clear up the setting in for everybody, Channel 8 is an AI-driven network that is supported by repeating automated ad buys. So even though there is no United States and the economy has collapsed and the banks don't matter anymore, because the AI network gets AI payments from fake AI accounts, it keeps making programs. So that's where like Tiny Wayne's Good Sex House, that series comes from, because the AIs don't really know what humans want, but they're churning out 24/7 programming, and they do them in public places. So one thing that Bee does is she is a reporter. She's out there telling the real story, and she has the equipment to hack into local locations, upload her broadcasts. So we're going to start with Bee. She also has a constant companion. What does your companion look like?
Jeepers looks almost exactly like the floating robot in Flubber. So it's a so it's a little round cyborg-esque style like little bot, and it hovers. It's a little bigger than like a Google Home device, and Bee is yellow and black, and it makes a lot of little boops and beeps. She talks to it like it's a pet, like it's she talks to it like it's alive, and like it knows exactly what she's saying, like a person would. Bee has no concept that Jeepers can't process outside of that.
So we're going to start with Bee uploading a segment. Now, you know that you're only recording it. You're not going to be able to properly upload it until you're at a data center. But when you're on the field, you record these whenever the mood strikes you. So,
right.
Navad, you're kind of watching her do this. So her little drone bot acts as a cameraman. So it's hovering around and getting good shots of her. Colt, can we give Bee the screen? Assuming Colt can hear us. I think he can.
I think so.
All right, but you can go ahead.
You doing a little news spot there, B?
I'm gonna be doing a little newsy. Oh my god. Okay, get ready. Here we go. Oh, Jeepies, you ready, hun? Okay, here we go. 3, 2, fun. All right.
Too loud.
Hello, it's me, it's Bee. Welcome back. Another episode, another update. As you know, we are in the waste, and we just left our cathedral about 4 days ago. We are on an adventure, a journey, if you will. We have definitely passed some interesting sights along the way, I gotta tell you. There was this particular gentleman. He was fused with a rhino. His tuchus was rhino tuchus. And so that particular person happened to be overtaken by a huge group of really like gross and slimy goblins. We're calling them what they are. They're goblins. And these goblins proceeded to ensnare, entangle, and ride said rhino person. Was it a travesty? Yes. Was I offended? Yes. Did I do anything to stop it? Absolutely not. I'm too small. Here I am, me and Navad, we're kind of on our way. And I just got to tell you, I love Navad so very much. I hope he can hear me. But I really need him as a 17-year-old man to learn how to use deodorant or anything similar. If we could just grab some grass that's a little different, I would really appreciate it on a personal level. Okay. What else is going on?
I'm right here.
Thank you. I'm so glad you heard me. As far as the landscape and the situation goes, I'm really kind of missing our friends. I'm just not used to carrying this much of the social burden on my own.
So she continues her broadcast, but at this point, I need a sense test from Navad, please.
A sense test, yes.
The boulders are really terrible. They're very large. They're multi-layered, actually. There's gradients all over.
I got one success.
Okay, so when an area is weak, when an area is effectively low reality, it's high magic, you can tell it in a few simple ways. One of the easiest tells is fire. If you watch fire, the colors in the fire will change. That should be governing the world are not. So as you're watching the fire and listening to B, well, you're kind of listening to B, but you're staring through the fire past her, you see the colors of the fire are shifting.
They're shifting.
Yep. You believe you're in an area where magic is unusually strong.
B.
Yes, Navod.
B.
Yes.
This area is different.
How?
With some,
How?
It's charged with some kind of...
Both of you make awareness rolls with a -2 die penalty.
A -2 die.
That gives me a roll of, I'm at 0, so what do I do then?
So if it's a 0, if the number is 0, like for some people magic is 0, you can't try. If it's reduced to 0, you can try, but you don't get the near misses.
I got 1-6.
Okay.
1 die. Okay, so B.
I got a 1 anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered.
You could swear there is someone sitting on a log next to Navad.
Navoid, call me crazy. I am not magic, but I'm getting a very personal sense near you. Do you feel anything?
Well, as I was saying, this area is different. It's highly charged with magic. What are you sensing? What are you sensing? I'm seeing fire
like
burn a different color.
Like a whole ass person right next to you.
I'm not
like an aura.
I'm not picking up on that.
Oh, sure. That's not a problem.
I'm not picking up on that. It doesn't mean that magic in the area doesn't affect us all differently. Just saying.
No, you're right, Navon. No, you're right. You're right. I'm so excited to see where your abilities take us, because I really need you to perceive that there's a whole person near you right now.
Let me have a...
Well, I'm a whole person right near me.
From B.
What was that?
A sense check, please.
Okay. Oh, I got a 5.
Okay. You could swear you smell chocolate.
Oh, okay. This is different. This is not the same as before. Navon, you remember the comment that I made about your smellies? I'm sorry. But that's not what I'm smelling right this second. I'm getting like a very intense cacao, a very intense, deep, rich, chocolatey smell. Do you smell that, sweetie?
Wait. Chocolate?
Mm-hmm.
Did you say chocolate?
The snack food, the elusive snack food, the chocolate.
Please don't mention chocolate around me.
Make a sense test, Navad.
Please. Okay. Oh, no good. Not even a near miss.
So give me a willpower save.
A willpower save?
Yes,
I
please.
can do that.
I would assume you're good at it.
1, 2, 3.
Age and everything.
I have a willpower of 6, so let's give it a go. Oh, I lost a die. Terrible.
So
I got nothing.
So Navad, would you be annoyed that B is noticing paranormal things and you seem to be completely missing them? Or would you just like
Yes.
override that?
I'm the magician. I am the magician.
I'm not trying
I know
to cramp.
magic.
I'm not trying to cramp your style, baby boy. I'm just telling you, you're right. This area is highly active to the point where I am feeling the things that you should normally be feeling.
So one of your schools is
Maybe it's some kind of weird magic area where non-magic users are able to.
Whatever you gotta tell yourself, baby. I'm not trying to step on your tootsies. I promise.
All right. So you smell chocolate and you sense a person next to me.
Very, very heavily, yes. Can you try like touching or like
Okay.
doing a little of this?
I don't feel anything next to me. I don't. What is? Do you see what the person looks like?
It's very much like an aura.
I think at this point we will pull back from the campsite, and the two of poor B trying to explain to Navad, and Navad clearly having completely missed it, and using on some level the vast magical power of rationalization to explain why he has not seen what B clearly is. We would pull back the camera and shift not far away to a nearby hill. Torg and Goldwater, you're on watch. You know which direction Erik and Wynona went. You have line of sight to Navad and B. You can see the campfire. You can see them lit by the campfire. You are on a hill in the dark, so it's harder to pick you out, which would be something Agent Goldwater would insist on. But you are on Overwatch. What does Torg look like?
You're on mute.
Torg do that on purpose. That was not a mistake. Torg never make mistakes. Torg's very confident because Torg is awesome. Torg is close to over 7 feet, close to 7.5 feet. Torg tall. Torg very tall. Torg is very strong. Torg broad. Torg built like brick house, but more like brick tall building. So not lean, but not large, just like solid. Torg very solid.
Solid's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah. Torg very solid. Torg also has tiny ears for how large Torg is in comparison to ear size, and has scaly, glittery-ish skin, as well as a very incredible and impressive rainbow braid with shaved everything else, and a large, long, luxurious braid. Torg has a penchant for members-only style leather, wears leather jackets that have been enforced with steel and other armor implements. Torg proudly wear his ear trophies everywhere Torg go. Torg stopped collecting ear because realized that smells start to get very bad. So Torg now collects other trophies that not so rotting in sun. But Torg will never get rid of prized ears.
Rotting in sun.
Yes.
I mean, I can't believe Navad is getting a bad rep for his smell. You've got like Torg's got.
No. Well, Torg.
Are you gonna yell at Torg for anything?
This is why Torg stopped collecting ear. These lose bad smell at point. These so old. These like nothing. Like nothing compared to Navad 17-year-old BO. Especially that magic BO is like, woo!
Yeah.
Lots, very intense. Torg, old ears. Old, no smell ears.
Okay.
Torg learned better. That's the thing about Torg. Torg's smart.
in the game system, characters generally are created by having two archetypes, like tech and scavenger. Torg is a brute,
Yes.
and then also a brute.
Yes.
Torg is a brute twice. I think that tells you a lot of what you need to know about Torg.
Torg brute squared. But Torg also have heart. And Torg
Yes.
live for chosen family. Even if chosen family sometimes forget to wear deodorant and sometimes talk too much, or sometimes, be little delusional about government, still exist. But Torg still holds family highest
So
above all.
we probably don't need to go into what role Torg plays in the team. I think that's probably fairly. It's this smashy, squishy role.
Torg fight.
Yeah.
Torg fight a lot, and Torg good at fighting. But Torg also feels so bad win, fight, and win that Torg has to honor kill by taking trophy. That's why the ears are so precious, because ear honor life Torg take.
To balance Torg cosmic debt, karmic debt. Yeah. No,
Torg on the
Speaking of-
Torg.
Speaking of people who have not accepted that the U.S. might be doomed, wow, that I didn't enjoy saying that sentence at all. Special Agent Goldwater, what do you look like?
Special Agent Delano Goldwater, I should say IRS Special Agent Delano Goldwater, looks like a mix between Clark Gregg, who plays Agent Coulson in the Marvel movies and on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and Tom Jane, who you may remember from other movies where he one time played a superhero. So you just kind of jam those together in your head.
They don't fit real good. They come out real, yeah, that's a look.
It's just an intense nerd, really. Agent Goldwater buzzes his hair every month to 2 months, depending on how long it is, and also his face, and just lets it grow out. So his hair is always somewhere between like the tiniest buzz to about where mine is right now, and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. He wears a suit, as you can see. It is as well appointed as a wasteland suit can be. Lots of patches and sewing sew up holes and shit. Oh God. Walks very militaristically and is an incredibly intense person because Agent Goldwater is part of the IRS, one of the only, actually probably the only remaining federal governmental service in what was the United States. IRS agents are a mix between gunslingers and IRS agents. They go out into the wilds, try to collect taxes, enforce tax law, and ensure that when taxes are collected, that they are dispersed correctly, and that only people who should be paying taxes are paying taxes, and those who need to receive them because they are in debt do get debt relief from that through services as given about by local governments. So you're going to hear a lot of that stuff, so get used to it.
A little bit of setting, just so people know. Obviously, Agent Goldwater is a very different point of view on this, but the United States, as we know it,
need to receive them because they are in
this setting for decades. It fell first to a separation of concordances of states, which then later were bought out by corporate concerns, and then that too fell. So what he's currently taking orders from is something that Barrett and I have discussed and are pretty sure that Goldwater doesn't fully understand, but might be fodder for an adventure at some point. But yeah, when he says United States or flashes a badge, most people kind of blink and stare, because generally the people in the wild have no sense of the U.S. being a thing. What's his role in the group generally?
Major role is combat. Second is jack of all trades. So
yeah, this will been kind of like a low level like tactics leadership. Yeah.
Yeah. We use the rogue archetype to build this character, which means that we kind of get to choose our own stuff. Goldwater is built to be survivable, and I don't mean winning fights, but surviving in the wasteland on his own while going from place to place until he reaches his assignment. But he traveled all the way from Washington, D.C. to here and is still alive. So while he gets his ass kicked a lot, which is true because he's trying to enforce laws to the lawless, he usually comes out of it okay, if not on top.
Yeah, I kind of picture him as being a cross between the Postman from that terrible movie and Judge Dredd, except like an accountant.
Right. Yeah. Like if accountants had military or like paramilitary powers, this is what it would be. Is like these laws need to be enforced. They are the most important laws,
right?
Because they're the only laws that remain.
So someone needs to go to the.
Thank you for filing early.
right.
Yeah. Someone has put your guns away when you say that. Okay, so at this point, the two of you are on the hill, watching for trouble. You're waiting for Erik and Wynona to come back with some better food than we have. But I'm assuming, generally, as long as it'll keep him going, Goldwater is not particularly picky. And Torg, is it just about quantity for Torg? Or is Torg a picky eater at all? Just out of curiosity.
About food?
Yeah.
Oh, Torg not horribly picky.
But a lot.
But there are things Torg will not eat.
Just like candy corn, cilantro.
No, actually, Torg loves soap, and Torg lucky person where cilantro tastes like soap. So Torg loves cilantro. Cilantro, funnily enough, soap doesn't taste like soap. So Torg no eat soap, but Torg loves cilantro.
So these
sorry, I got to interrupt for just a second. I kind of want to imagine that everything that Jen says when she says Torg, even if it's supposed to be like character description stuff, if she says Torg say, Torg do, Torg this, she's saying this out loud. That Torg, or they're saying this out loud. Torg is saying it out loud. So everything that Torg has been saying is part of an ongoing conversation with me.
Yeah, I think Torg just talks to people at random, like just throws words into the universe.
We were just having a conversation where Torg was commenting on how tall Torg was.
Yeah. Right.
Torg say yes.
Yeah. And then switch to talking about what food they like.
The two of you
and Torg, I mean, and also remember, it's okay, Goldwater, if you call Torg not Torg, but Torg her or they or him, because Torg is just Torg. So Torg answer to any. Torg shift to many. Torg is all.
Would Torg's pride flag just be an explosion of color?
Or it would just
Torg is like Torg's flag is like at those paintball places where they just splatter all the paintball colors on like a wall. It's
a Jackson.
Every color smashed on top of each other. That's Torg's.
All right, we're about to play a game, and the game is this. What I want to hear for the next couple of minutes is I want a Special Agent Goldwater to try to explain taxation to Torg. At the end of the couple of minutes, depending on how well you did, I will start the karma for the game at positive or negative.
Oh, I love it.
Ready?
Love it.
Okay, Torg, and I feel like it's been too long. The opportunity to have this conversation about what taxes are and what my job is. So, individuals and corporations have something called income. Do you understand? You know what income is, correct?
Torg remember income. Torg used to work at mall.
Too long. All right. So that income that you get may not be.
You mean income income no more. See, this is where Torg have problem with your thing. Torg supports. Torg love no matter. Torg
Yes.
no judge. Torg no blame. Just Torg confused with mind state of water gold.
Mm-hmm. What about Torg?
Well, just Torg say go on.
Okay.
Torg know that wall brick. So Torg just let Torg no blame.
Right.
Just Torg confused
So when
with
you worked at Mall,
mind
you
state
received
of
income, and that income may or may not have been taxable depending on how much you got in other various laws and regulations, maybe pertain to your local area. However, I only worry about federal tax law. If you do not receive a certain amount of income, you are not taxed because that would be putting a detriment to your lifestyle and your ability to live. If you make over a certain amount of money, then you fall into a tax bracket. If you fall into a tax bracket, you must pay a percentage of your income, your gross income, not your net, your gross. And that is remitted to the government, which is then dispersed to public works, things like roads and gas.
No, wait, Torg question though.
Yes.
Torg want to ask, government no go no more, right?
There is evidence, myself being part of it, that at least one portion of the United States government is working and is working very diligently to bring this great nation back from the brink.
Oh, Torg. Torg get it now. Torg understand. You live in cracked brain. Torg say okay.
Like Torg's attention is wandering a little, whereas poor Goldwater is clearly locked on and trying heroically to get the point across. So Torg, I need a notice check, please.
Remind Torg where notice check is.
Perception.
In the perception.
Yes. Yeah. Torg see now. All right. And then
roll that number of dice, and you're looking
plus the perception, correct?
For whatever it says for notice, there should be a number to the right of notice.
Oh wait, so I rolled that many die? I thought.
Correct.
Wait, what?
Here, I'll call.
I thought I rolled more than that. I'm confused.
No, you're.
We may have downscaled a little bit.
Yep, all the numbers are down since the last time you looked at the sheet. You're rolling 4 dice.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just
Yep.
I had the 6 things stuck in my brain. So.
Yep, you're all good.
All right. Yes. Great. And remind me what number what the number next to the perception means.
Don't worry about it. That's
not yet. Okay. All right. Cool.
That's all about when you set up the skills. You don't.
That's right. That's right. All right. Just wanted to make sure.
Oh, for sure. That's all for.
All right. I brought my special kitty die bowl so that they don't go flying everywhere. Stay in the kitty cat.
I love it.
Because that is something Torg and I have in common. We like kitty cats. Also, of course, I realize now that the cat face is disappearing horribly, so I should just leave it down here.
It's like a Cheshire cat. It's
good. Your cat face is getting green screened.
So what's the notice roll? Did you make it?
I have to remind Torg what Torg needs. It's roll 6, right?
Then you're looking for 6s.
No.
Did you get any 5s?
No.
Okay, not a problem. So you don't notice. So I'm going to need an awareness check from Goldwater.
From Goldwater.
Goldwater?
Yes.
Awareness check, please.
We needed Barrett to do an awareness check.
Yeah, I failed.
to see if he was paying attention to the GM.
No successes.
Okay. So the first the two of you notice of the approaching wasters is when one of them clears their voice. So there's literally a And you look up, and there are literally 5 wasters. So wasters is a specific word for people that live out in the wastes. So they tend to dress with a lot of wraps. They tend to be covered nearly head to toe. Another common thing they use to identify themselves to each other is facial tattoos. You look over, and you're both looking into the face of a man who has the word pig tattooed across his face.
Wait, the word what?
Pig, P-I-G.
Pig.
They are all armed with non-firearm primitive weapons. So you see crossbows, spears, axes, knives, machetes, lots of low-tech stuff.
Ooh.
Excuse me.
Apologize. Torg. I was distracted. Torg usually noticed. Torg good at see things, but did not see till you right here. Who are you? Torg.
You seemed into something. We heard something about tax.
Oh, you want to know about taxes? I know the perfect person that you should talk to. Torg, no. Torg, no. You should be.
No. We're looking for my pet.
Your what?
I have a pet hog.
Oh, Torg love hog.
His eyes are watering up. And
I'm so sorry you lost hog.
One of the other tough guys puts a hand on his shoulder. It's okay, man.
So do you own a farm?
No, we're wasters. We're nomads, sir.
I see.
It's just that Uncle Petey's been on his own for a while now, and I just don't know what kind of trouble he might have gotten up to.
Oh, that breaks Torg heart. Torg know how pets be like family. That must be very, very hard for you.
One of the other ones says, we tracked the piggy towards, his name is Uncle Petey. We tracked Uncle Petey in this general direction, but there are a lot of feral hogs and road hogs up here, so it's been kind of hard. If you run across this pig, it's hard to miss him. He's wearing a sweater. He gets cold, okay? So he's wearing a sweater, and he's got a...
What kind of sweater? Torg want to know. Torg very interested in fashion. Is this pattern sweater? Is this short sleeve? Is it vest?
It used to be cable knit, but it's kind of worn and dirty. But it was very nice at one point, and I had to cut it a little to squeeze him in. But he looked like a proper little dapper gentleman.
Is finding this pig?
Yeah, we'd really like. Jason's really broke up about this. We're sorry to interrupt your argument or whatever, your flotation or whatever that was, but we're gonna go check out. There's a fire down there, maybe a camp.
That's our camp.
Oh, it's your camp.
Yes.
Yes.
Generally, it's best to stay by your fire.
Oh, well, you see, we are more than just he and Torg. So we out here just making sure that no riffraff mess with Torg and fam. And then rest of fam, back at fire.
So you're keeping watch?
I understand. Torg get how that sounds weird.
They kind of look at each other. Do you mind if we go down to your camp and ask them if they've seen Uncle Petey?
Goldwater, I would like to help. Torg will always be up for helping. Anybody finds lost pet. So I could go check with and see, or I could stay here because Torg good at watch, because Torg big, Torg strong, Torg can handle myself. So do you want to go, or
if you don't mind, we just go with you. Just if you went with us so they didn't think we were attacking, that might be best.
Let's
see, I say Torg think like, I know that some of Torg fam not great with strange. So maybe strange stay here, safe, with one of Torg or Gold, and then
Time is
other Gold.
passing. So Uncle Petey's missing and time is passing. We gotta do something.
Let's just accompany them back, and we'll try to ablate the more sharp edges of our group.
Okay, so you're gonna walk them down. But
Okay, Torg have idea. Can we all be laughed together when walk down so everyone know that waste okay?
Right. It's make it obvious that they're not opponents, and none of them is brandishing weapons or anything. Meanwhile, I need Lord Devad to make another sense roll.
Another sense
Oh
roll.
my god. You can do this, Nevoid. I'm telling you, he's
Thanks, babe.
right next to you.
I got one success.
Oh,
Okay,
thank
so
God.
B, when you say that, you see the Phantom literally do this.
Look, do you see?
Devad, you now smell chocolate.
Ugh.
I know. I'm trying to get him to look at you too.
Is this the guy?
Do you
just
smell him?
chocolate. You don't see anything.
Do you
I don't
smell
see him,
the
but
guy?
I smell the
You
chocolate.
just smell chocolate.
B, I can smell chocolate. You were smelling
You-
chocolate earlier, yes?
I was. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I can smell it now too.
It's turned
Oh!
into a very olfactory section.
It's disgusting.
At this point, you see Torg and Goldwater and 5 wasters coming down from the watch out.
Oh my God.
They
I
seem
to
think
be
we're
coming down
missing out on
together.
some ring around the rosy. Do you want to go see what's going on?
Well, it looks like they're coming our way. Maybe we
Okay.
should
No, yeah, let's
let
just
them
wait.
stay here.
Well, how do you feel, new friend?
Yes.
Aura?
It's fading.
Oh, okay.
The aura is fading.
Okay, Torg, Goldwater, is one of you going to go ahead a little bit and let the group know that there's incoming?
Uh,
Torg here. Ha ha ha. Torg laugh. Hi y'all. Torg say, group okay. Group cool with fam. So no Nevad magic.
Can I levitate a little bit?
Okay, Torg.
Oh yeah,
Goldwater, is one of you
Torg
gonna-
say show off for sure.
Okay, I'll
Just
show. Let me
no
show off.
violence. No violent. If Torg can be non-violent, Nevad can be non-violent.
Are you gonna
And
do,
friend, yes.
The Doctor Strange hover.
I just float about 2 feet off the ground, just to kind of show off a little bit.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay, they can come now. They realize a friendly float.
Did they come over? Again, they're not brandishing their weapons. And one of them keeps he's got like a scarf and he keeps wiping tears away. And he's got a tattoo of the word pig across his face.
Oh my God, sweetie, are you okay? You're looking a little stressed.
Thank you for noticing. It's fine. I'm just looking for a friend of mine. He's got 4 legs, but he can still be a friend and have 4 legs, okay?
No, yes, sweetie, you're right. You're so right. Your friends can have however many legs they want. It's their prerogative.
Our friend Jace here has a pet hog. It's actually pretty big. It's a road hog. It's got kind of armor and a sweater, cable knit sweater, and a sweater. And we just were trying to track it. But at this point, you see Wynona and Erik, who've got a pig on a stick,
Oh,
like hi ho, coming towards you. from across.
I'm gonna stand in a way, and I'm gonna grab Torg by the arm and fling Torg in the general blockading direction of their visual coming down. And I'm gonna be like, "Oh, that's so interesting. Do tell
Torg-
me more about your
Torg,
friends."
the tiny little person who's about a third your mass, tries to fling you somewhere. It's clear that the tiny, adorable lady person wants you to go away, to go that way. Do you decide to go? Because she's not going to throw you in there.
No. Torg feel like a tiny finger poking at Torg kneecap. But Torg also love Bee. So Torg like to humor Bee and knows that when Torg feel poking at kneecap, that means Torg need to pretend that Torg like fly in different directions. So Torg make friend feel good. So Torg jump over to where B want Torg to be. However, Torg do not know why. Torg not see what happening.
Torg, while I'm talking to the people, I'm giving you aggressive winking, letting you know very, very obviously that it seems like something's in my eye, but it's a signal as loud as day to you that something is definitely, everything's okay behind us especially. It's very, very good.
I would assume that B thinks it's as loud as day to Torg.
Yes.
But Torg, she's performing some kind of wig-wag, whatever, and she's trying to get something across to you, but God knows what the hell it is.
Oh my gosh, well, tell me more about this
Wig-wag,
sweater about
whatever.
your kid.
And
That
so at
sounds
this point,
very
let me point out something
interesting.
mechanical to you guys. Behind me is a slide. This slide, if you notice, is kind of dark and terrible and ominous. This is the bad karma slide. We use an optional rule for this campaign called karma. When the bad karma is up, I can invoke it to reroll something I want to reroll, to screw up one of your rolls. Or I can do a twist of fate to make something terrible happen. I have already done that, which is why the two PCs carrying the dead pig happen to show up right now. When I do that, it flops over to, I'm sorry, using this one, good karma. When it's on good karma, any of you can call on it for a reroll or to make a positive twist of fate, at which point it will go back to bad karma. So at this point, the group has good karma. And the manifestation of the bad karma is the untimely arrival of an excellent Thanksgiving dinner.
How far away are we from them?
You are at probably far. So you're about 1,000 feet.
So can we see them?
You can see that there is a party in the group, in the camp, and that they're not fighting. So that's maybe travelers, traders.
So, and Goldwater is still up the hill, correct?
No,
he did not come down with Torg.
I came.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We all came down.
Okay, so we're all there's the four of us, and then Wynona and Erik are coming down with the pig.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very pleased with themselves.
Okay.
Bork is hopping around borking.
And we were in bad karma because Goldwater was bad with the tax explanation.
I don't pass judgment.
I was not bad at it.
I just haven't.
Hey, look, I'm bad. I was being bad at magic.
I had a binary choice, and looking at the utter brick wall of Torg's expression, I went left rather than right.
That's fair.
That's fair. But I was doing a great job.
See how I was able to pass judgment without passing judgment?
Exactly. It's all about who the audience is.
Exactly. So group. B tries to use Torg as a distraction and physical barrier. It kind of doesn't work because Torg just looks confused. Navad is showing off because Navad is Navad, so is levitating a bit. You can talk and act a little bit, but you have to concentrate to stay airborne.
Right.
What is Goldwater up to? He's physically not present.
I think Goldwater is actually helping Torg's microphone.
Oh, okay. We'll go to the other group then. Wynona and Erik.
Okay.
Let's see who's got the better notice.
Oh, it's going to be me for sure. Yeah. I mean, I've got 6. What have you got? 5?
Hi.
Okay, so when you help somebody, you can give them a die. So we're gonna
Is Torg still loud?
I can hear you. The volume sounds good. Erik, you're gonna roll your notice 1 die higher because Wynona can help you.
Thanks, Wynona.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Let's see if you notice.
Unfortunately, I only nearly noticed 1 time, and everything else was 2s and 3s.
Okay, so getting a partial success means you notice that it's not a conflict, right? So the other group is there, clearly under flag or something. There's no fighting going on.
Okay.
You didn't roll a full success though, so you don't notice the other underlying sense of tension. That completely misses you guys. So Wynona and Erik continue on their way with
Eric, can I just say we are going to be the heroes of the group because we have
And-
a whole pig, and I know it was someone's pet, and I put the sweater on Bork, and I think the sweater looks so cute on Bork.
I mean, it's like the sweater was meant for Bork. I mean, I can't even fathom it being on anyone else. And this is going to be like 3 nights worth of dinner. And it looks like we got company. Man, they're going to love us when we get back there.
But, Erik, we do have to say that we murdered a pet willingly. We have to come clean. I don't believe in murder. The Hippocratic Oath applies to animals. So let's come clean. I think Torg is going to take it very hard because Torg loves Bork and Bork loves Torg. And so, but other than that, I can't wait to see their faces.
Once Torg is eating pork chops, they'll be all fine about it.
So everybody who's not the two of them, so Navad, Torg, B, and Goldwater. At this point, the guy that has pig on his face stops talking and is staring out into the distance, and he goes very pale.
Okay.
What's wrong, Jace? What do you see? And he slowly raises a hand and points. And at this point, the entire party sees what he's pointing at, and these generally celebratory way the party is returning to the.
Can I, at this point,
Yes,
yell
you
rather
will.
loudly, "Who wants barbecue?"
I'm out there aggressively going,
So he literally yells that at your face while you're doing that.
She's so excited. Look at her.
Oh my God. That's right. There'll be enough for you. If Jeepers would eat the barbecue, this is going to be one pig everybody's going to enjoy eating. Maybe even these new guys.
Goldwater.
Torg not know these people. Why people act like they know Torg? Torg, no. Torg have no clue.
The guy with pig on his face, his eyes drop to Bork and the sweater. And his face goes from pale and sad to a building anger.
Hey, man.
Oh, I see what's happening here. It appears that my compatriot shot your pig. The one you're looking for.
What you mean? What you mean? Torg. Yeah, golden Torg. No people. No people with pig on spit. Torg, no. Torg, no. Listen.
Wynona and Erik, you're right at the edge of the camp when he says that. And you would hear that.
That might explain the name of the pig and the fact that it was wearing a sweater.
So at this point, the pig guy, the guy with the pig in his face, lets out a guttural howl. 2 of his friends do the hold him back thing. And he says, spitting his words, his name was Uncle Petey. As they're pulling him back.
I apologize, Uncle Petey.
We didn't know, and if it helps at all, I did say a rosary over him. Of course, it was a quick rosary, which again, being brought up Catholic, you can't really do a quick rosary, but I did my best. I would have given him a proper burial, but we were going to.
Oh no, we are going to.
I
There is no word. The best way to honor this fallen animal is for us all to feast on him.
They start pulling the guy they call Jace back, which leaves 2 of them in the camp, because that's Jace and the 2 guys pulling him back. It's just 2 in the camp.
I
One of them-
approach.
Yeah.
I want to approach the 2 and be
Okay.
like, "Hi, hello."
This
I'm
is
gonna employ my ideal.
okay.
if
So
I
you're gonna
can.
go ahead and be cute at them.
I'm just gonna start using a little bit of my eyelashes and my sparkly skin to
Sure.
kind of soothe this over. Hey, listen, you all understand we're all in tough times. I am so sorry on behalf of my team. Is there anything we can do to make this easier for your friend?
Give me a persuade check, and you should have a bonus for your ideal.
It's a +1 for ideal. I'm looking for persuade. I'm so sorry.
Left-hand side middle under influence.
Yep, I see. Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's so many dice.
Yeah, you're kind of a good thing.
We got 2 5s.
Okay, but no 6s, so it's a partial success. So you watch her do her thing. She heads off their potential anger. They're clearly just, we got to resolve this for our angry friend at this point. One of them says, so he was really attached to that pig. I mean, it's on us for letting it escape, but look, we don't want trouble. You've got a dog or something. You put the sweater on it. We could just take that.
Oh no, I am so sorry. That is very funny. It's not just one person's pay. It's kind of the whole team shebang. There's no way that's going to go over well. I do have a potential solution, however. I am a certified tech, self-certified, but certified nonetheless. How would you feel about me programming a very simple automated pig? It can squeak and move forwards and backwards. That's about it. But you can put a sweater on it.
He kind of opens his coat, and you see that he is a true wastelander and carries no tech at all. And he kind of considers that his answer.
I see we're at an impasse.
Well, I mean, you described how you have a pet that's the pet for your crew, and we had a pet that was the pet for our crew, and now one pet's dead, and it's pretty clear that your monkey friend's going to eat him. But so how would it be different for us just to take your pet and call it a day?
I see your understanding. I see your hurt and your frustration. I want to acknowledge those. Those are very valid. I'm just not gonna let you take Torg. That's all.
Torg have idea.
So he literally looks up at you. Yes, ma'am, sir.
Torg. Well, Torg have suggest. Torg, as we know, not very magic or tech savvy. Torg just know about rule of flesh. However, Torg curious. Would Navad be able to use some sort of magic to magically animate the pig sweater corpse to be some sort of dead afterlife companion? And if not, then if that's no work, Torg feel very bad. Torg will allow Torg to be bag of punch for a man who lost pig. Torg can take it.
Torg maybe make an unintentional intimidate roll with an extra die for involving the threatening of the mage. Because essentially what you told them is, well, we can raise a zombie pig. So go ahead and make an intimidate check.
I am obsessed with the accidental intimidation. This is perfect.
So Navad has heard himself be invoked here by Torg. So I'm going to kind of unfloat down and I'm on deck if this doesn't go well to try to scare the hell out of him.
Okay. Yeah, you can feel your magic is strong here.
So Torg,
nice.
Torg no 6, but
A 5, so partial success. So they step back a little, and one says, "They're talking about making a zombie pig." The guy with pig on his face, he's got a name, but we're just going to say guy with pig on his face, just yells the word "what?" What? Navad, what do you do?
Animate the pig. Animate the pig.
Guys, listen. That's not the kind of magic I do. I understand things and I break things. That's kind of what I got. I can't make a zombie pig. But watch this. And I do the cantrip of terrorize.
Yep.
And make my face into like an actual like kind of Ghost Rider skull kind of like death mask.
No,
And I say, "Who wants a zombie pig?"
make an intimidate roll, and you
Okay.
get a bonus for having a Torg.
Oh, I get a bonus? I get 7, baby.
Yeah, somehow the 17-year-old goth wizard is super scary.
I'm scary as hell, dude.
Yep, no, it's true.
Oh, I got 2 6s.
They back away wordlessly. The two guys holding back the angry, sad guy are like yelling at him, but he's back a little bit so you don't hear the words. You catch like wizard, explosion, not worth it, fuck this, and then I hated that damn pig.
I'm just gonna wave as they back away and be like, "We're so sorry. I'm so sorry."
Lord Navad, thank you so much. You're just so cute when you get all scary. And may I just say, as a pet owner, leashes are very important, and it's always you gotta train your pets. And I feel like the lack of training is what led us here. Borg is Borg is fully trained, as we all know.
Borg.
So, yes, and thank you, B, for trying to not negotiate Borg. We really appreciate that. Torg, what a brilliant idea. I just want to tell you, I love all of you so much.
Jeepers.
Borg feel bad.
Jeepers does a tracking shot watching the group retreat, and then we'll do a close-up of the tears on the face of pig face guy to properly capture his heartbreak and sorrow, and records that to disc for you for later transmission. And then comes.
I'm really sorry, you guys. I need the B-roll.
I wasn't gonna. There's no way that they were gonna take Borg. No way.
No, absolutely not. I also, Navad, just so you know, I did get your flame up on camera, so I'll send you the edit. I think you'll really like it.
Nice.
All right, so that's the end of part 1. Epilogue: the pig is fucking delicious. Also,
I knew it would be.
we will now know moving forward where the cable knit sweater on Bork came from, because there's no reason not to keep that as part of his identity.
It's perfect.
Is it? Oh, I was gonna say, is it a little loose? It was meant for a pig.
What colors is it?
So it was originally that kind of white, handsome, late 80s dude cable knit. So it would have been stretched to go on the pig. So it would be extra, like, kind of bulky.
So it's like a Greek fisherman sweater, but like
It's like
totally...
it's like Chris Evans in Knives Out.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Bork's style. It just fits perfectly on Bork, and it's not. I mean, let's not say this out loud where he can hear, but it's not exactly his color. But I feel like after a few rains and rolls in the mud, we're gonna get there.
Part 2. If you had a subset of your group that would be responsible for recon, what characters would be in that group?
Probably Goldwater and Erik would be my guess, but
So
I don't
stealth
know.
is important. Does anyone have stealth?
I think I do. Hold on.
My stealth is terrible.
Stealth
I
and
have
notice.
some.
So Wynona's good at it.
I have 6 notice.
I have 5 stealth and
Where am I
Yeah,
looking?
what recon does is you can look at things. So stealth and notice are the main things.
I have 5 and 5 for both.
Yeah, that's better than
Yeah, you don't want Torg.
No,
Yeah,
B
I've got
needs
6
it.
notice and 5 stealth.
I like the idea of Torg going, say into a standard camp and just walking in. All right, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 enemies. Yeah.
And then
Right.
like hiding behind a tree that's extremely too small to hide behind.
Right.
You cannot see me.
So I see Wynona, Erik, and Goldwater. Which of all 3 of those, or 2 of those, or 1 of those? How do you want to play?
I mean, I can come along. It wouldn't hurt, but
Okay, so let's say half the group. So you have a fairly large truck, and that's because you were at one of these cryogen facilities before, and you needed a truck for all the high-tech stuff you pulled out of there, which gave you enough to rehab the Shire. Like, it traded for thousands of votes. So it was a really good hit, which is the reason you come after another of these facilities. The truck is a slow-moving kind of beastie. You wouldn't want to be doing combat driving in the thing. You picked it for having, like, it's like the double tires. It's for carrying loads. So you wouldn't want to have to do the, like, let's go in and do a bootlegger reverse and jump in and out of the truck kind of stuff that you tried to do before. So you saw something up ahead. This is the area where Goldwater's records show that the facility should be. And like the other area, there are industrial parks in this area. Some of them are literally just ruins. They've been knocked flat by what's happened. But you are now going ahead from the group. So the group is back to the point where you're going to go far enough because you don't know what's here. You will not have line of sight to the forward recon. Recon people, you travel maybe half a mile, and we've already determined that generally Goldwater has like the big maps and stuff, right? You like the big fold out, like, AAA kind of maps. You're able to find the place, and you're going along with, you're not sneaky black robe kind of stuff, but being careful how visible you are as you move forward. So you're going from places that would obscure line of sight. You're going from building to building so that people wouldn't see you approach. Up around the area of the industrial park where the facility you're looking for should be, there is a walled settlement. So these are walls that have been repurposed. So some of them are parts of interior walls that have been put up and jack braced. Others are just like, chain link fences that are reinforced with boards. But there is like a settlement that has come up around that building. So Wynona, Erik, that has come up. Water see that.
Are there any poles or trees about?
Yeah, there's actually buildings too. You go up to the second floor of a building. Also, you actually, among your equipment, you have a proper sight. So you can probably just look through Karen and get a better look. So does the group go up to the top floor of a building, take a look?
Yeah.
Okay. No roll required. You're far enough that we're not going to worry about stealth. It appears to be a Trog tribal settlement. So Trogs are devolved humans who look something like Neanderthals with frog-like qualities. So they've devolved backwards along a kind of amphibious line. Some people just refer to them as toads. They've become an independent species, almost like goblins have. They're noted in part for savagery and limited intellect. For example, trolls. There are trolls. Torg is not a troll. There are trolls. Trolls are big goblins. They breed true, and generally they tend to be limited intellect, savage, like they're going the direction of beasts as opposed to being a separate species of human. But it's obviously they're evolved enough to have built a camp And the other thing you can see, Erik, through the oh, and I'm sorry, we have people watching. Karen is the name of his gun. So he's got a scope on it that he can look through that will give him a magnified sight. There is on top of the central building what looks to be some kind of throne that they look like they've made out of one of the cryopods.
Hey, there's a big chair on top of this building, and it looks a little bit like that place where we went, where I accidentally caused our friend to hate chocolate.
Is it a recliner or more like a love seat?
Nah, it's
So-
more royalty than that. It looks like a throne.
Do you let her look?
Yeah, why don't you peep yours for yourself?
So Wynona, it looks to you more like maybe religious. Like there isn't really it's set up almost like a throne, but there's no chair. So at the top, the highest point in the settlement, there is one of those pods, and everything else is around it.
Oh, very interesting. I think that they were going for more of a post-US Catholic vibe here, but I think that maybe the second decorator came in and was like, you know what, we're going to make this something different. But I kind of like it. If I had to decorate a room, I might use that.
So does Goldwater look as well?
Yeah.
So does any of you have the tech skill psi? Flat out
No.
sciences.
I have one.
Two.
So Wynona can roll with an extra die for Erik. So you can roll 3 dice.
Okay, good. I got a 5.
Okay, so partial. So you hand the gun back and forth. That pod is attached to some kind of device, which involves, among other things, like a satellite dish and computers and machines. So it looks to you like that pod has been bodged into some kind of other system. You don't know what it's for because you didn't get a good roll or anything, but you look and go, yeah, that's clearly been added on. And it kind of looks like these trogs are doing that. Like you see a couple of them actually tweaking something.
We really need B. Something's going on here. Clearly, it's a new build, and they're continuing to they've got a goal, and I don't think it's decorating. Honestly, I don't think. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I just.
I don't think it's decorating.
All right, well, should we head back?
Special agent, what do you think? You have a lot of opinions.
We should meet them on the road. We don't want to go any further with just the 3 of us.
Do you want to go pick up the
man.
party? Okay. You can go back, pick them up, and take the truck about halfway to this point so that you can like basically temporarily ditch it, take it off the road, hide it, and then the group can do whatever they want. You do that. This area is generally free of distractions. Your guess is because there's a tribal settlement here, they have taken over the area. So other creatures, other tribes, wasters and things would stay clear. Things in the waste tend to be territorial because they kind of need to be. So does the whole group get closer, and is everybody going to look through the magic rifle?
Sure.
Who's got the highest size skill?
It's probably, I'm guessing B, but
It'd probably be B.
Mine's 3.
Okay, so that would
I
mean
have
you could-
0, baby. So
Oh, okay. Then yeah.
Yes.
Hey, baby.
5 tends to be very low. So 3 means you can roll 4 because people can help you.
Okay.
So one thing you notice when you're looking, a couple of new details in among the other creatures. So first, they're more low tech than the wasters you just ran into. So the fact they're assembling a machine is weird. Like trogs generally aren't like that. Like they're definitely crossbow people, not let's build something with a satellite dish people.
Okay.
You notice they're overdressed. So they're wearing like furred things and coats. Like it's warmish. So they look unusually heavily dressed. You see there are leaders. The leaders are wearing robes made from yellow raincoats and human skull helmets. And they are slightly smaller than standard issue humans. The skulls fit right over the top and they've been painted yellow to match the raincoats. They have staves. You know those foam mops that have the little thing to dry them, the
Swiffers.
speeder things? Yeah. They're using those, and then they've made interesting patterns by cutting into the foam on the end, and they've got them as like stabs of authority. The symbol of this tribe is a red circle overlaid with a crescent moon and 4 stars. So, B, what was your psi roll?
I got 1-6.
Okay, that actually looks like coordinates for a satellite.
Okay.
So the moon aligned with a planet with a stellar position could be the position of a satellite.
Okay.
Which is, again, a really weird thing to see on like Trog flags.
Right. I'm smart enough to perceive everything that you're saying. I am not smart enough to put all the little pieces together and form a full idea of what could be happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run up to Mr. Goldie and I'm going to run up to Navod and I'm going to say, okay, boys, we need a powwow. And I'm going to, let me correct myself. We need a discussion. So we band together and I let them know everything that I have just perceived as per what you just told me.
Yeah, don't feel bad. You're a reporter. You just did your job. You're a reporter.
Yeah, guys, I perceived so hard. So hard.
So this looks similar to the cryo centers that we've seen before, correct? We can kind of tell that this looks similar.
So it looks, in that it looks nothing like them, it looks exactly like them. By that I mean the building that's inside that settlement is probably about the same. Is the same kind of like storage facility.
But the settlement stuff is all different.
It's all around it and on it. But looking through to that, the layout is probably very similar.
Well, I mean, it seems like maybe they've formed some sort of primitive religion or science religion or something based around the technology that's inside this facility.
I have to admit, the thing that makes me the most wildly uncomfortable is the colorscaping between the human skulls and the raincoats. It's very, very disconcerting, I have to tell you.
Ivory versus yellow. It's a little clashy.
Mm-hmm. Virgin on tacky, if I will.
It's too bold. It's too bold.
I doubt they have the higher intelligence to make aesthetic choices. They do what they do.
Are you trying to justify their choices? Are you trying to give them credit?
I believe they make some choices, rudimentary, but...
Okay, well, some of us are surprising me with our levels of kindness today.
Well, they are dumb, but they're not mindless.
It seems like they've formed some sort of rudimentary caste system or hierarchy of some kind. The ones with those foam things seem to be bossing the other ones around.
Are they erecting this to launch a satellite or to converse with a satellite?
Now you're giving them too much credit. I don't think they know what they're doing or why.
Okay, true. Should we ask? Should we talk? Should we just send in Torg?
They would attack us or Torg. They have no. They'll make no distinction between the two of us.
We've got to find out who's controlling them. Who's their puppet master?
Ooh, is there any way that we can do a perception or a notice on anybody who looks like the queen bee or king bee of this establishment?
So if you watch for a little while, no roll is necessary. it is very clear that the ones in the raincoats are the leaders. The kind of deference seems more religious. Again, that's strange. Trogs are normally like goblins and trolls tend to be. They tend to be might is right kind of people. This is more like they're priests. So that's the kind of deference that they're given. And there seems to be very few of the priests, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah. So what's the ratio? There's like 2 or 3 versus how many else?
Dozens.
Dozens. Okay.
Yeah, it is a proper nest of tribes. Although, as you're watching them, especially Torg, these are sleepy, overdressed frogs. Like, for some reason, it's like, picture, there's like a specific look that like 7-year-old skinny boys get, where they run around during the summer in their shorts, being sweaty and not giving a damn. Like, throw a pimp coat on a kid like that, so they're moving kind of slow. Generally the whole camp looks lethargic.
I have an idea. I mean, if they're looking for some sort of something to worship, it might not hurt to hit them with somebody that can fly, if you know what I mean.
Oh my gosh. So what if Navad did the old one too with the light 'em up flame and the levitation? Make them real spooked.
Do we
Or
have
something.
And then, I mean, if there's any sort of trouble, we can always hang back and take the yellow leaders out.
I mean, you guys, you've seen me levitate before. It's very slow moving. I can't. It's not like I can just fly over there.
Yes, but apparently so are they. So if you move at their regular speed and are levitating, that will probably be better than anything that they have seen today.
It's like a couple inches a minute. I mean, it's a cool trick, but it. Okay.
Give me some credit, Navad.
I mean, it's pretty impressive.
When you put the flames on and everything, a couple inches off the ground is something.
Torg say, hold on a sec. Torg want to know, how are we so sure? How are we so sure they bad?
I'm with Torg. I don't.
I didn't say they were bad. I just said we find out what they were up to.
We can attempt it, but previous encounters with Torgs, both with this team and without, have only led to violence.
That's why we were saying, go in with Navad or me. I'm happy to talk to somebody if they don't look aggressive, Maybe I can hold Navad's hand and we can do, the scary and the cute. I don't know.
May I just interject and say that I wanted to bring my trunk of outfits, but no one wanted to carry that. And in that trunk, there was a raincoat. It may not be yellow, but we could have put it on someone, and maybe they would have thought they were the leader. But no.
Bork, 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 bork.
Thank you.
Bork.
No one does listen to me, especially Agent Coldy.
Look, there's only so much room in the truck for us, and we have to bring back items that are going to that have value, which they can.
Do you want to talk about Goldie? Do you want to talk about the tax, the tax documents that you refuse to leave out of the car? Do you want to talk about it?
They fit in my bag. And who knows who or what we might find on the road that needs this. We're getting off track. I say let's try and treat them like they're not trogs then. Let's give it a shot. And if they do attack us, well, I'll shoot them all in the head for you. How does that sound?
Not bad. Honestly,
Good.
not bad.
Let's get out of this building and go down there.
All right.
Grab my crap and bustle my way down the stairs.
So
Torg also say slim chance if Torg lead that Trog maybe not be so violent if they see large friendly Torg first.
Oh. Here's a way that we could do it. I could levitate, and Torg, you could hold my foot, and like I'm a death head balloon, and we can just sort of stroll towards them and see how they react.
Oh my god, I love it.
So maybe if they're afraid of us and they leave, then we won't have to fight, and they'll just think that we're cool or intimidating.
I'm just going to go past that to like a montage where we see the group trying the bobbling death head balloon and then cracking up to the point where Navad probably storms off being angry because it does not look scary at all. Like he's effectively slightly anti-gravity and bobbing along, pulling him along like he's a balloon is the most ridiculous fucking thing you've ever seen. And is the literal opposite of scary. So we'll say the group has tried that.
Intelligence, I thought maybe it would work.
And once Navad is able to regather the shards of his esteem and come back, you've decided that plan may not work.
Okay.
There he is. You feeling better, little guy?
I'm feeling better. Look, I didn't. This wasn't. I mean, it was my idea eventually, but I didn't come up with this idea in the first place. I just thought, you were like, make me. Erik was like, hey, we got a guy who can fly, and I can't. Anyway.
Bork nuzzles you.
Thank you.
Plan B was to let Torg take the lead. I say we go with that.
Bork.
I like it.
All right, so there's a group coming in a flying W behind Torg. All right. I also love the fact that your braid, like in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, coming up with that many colors that will be color fast has got to be like, in Skyrim where you collect spoons and it's like a challenge that nobody actually made, but you can line up the thousands of spoons and spell things with them. I think that like I've got to get cyan. Like a certain percentage of Torg has to be tracking down missing or fading colors. And I'm
Well, I feel like I wasn't clear enough about Torg's rainbow braid in that it is natural.
Gotcha.
Just like the scaly skin.
So it's real. Nice.
Torg's hair mutated into a rainbow. Basically, you know how like gas has like that sort of kind of holographic. You know what I'm talking about? It's like basically Torg's head was caught in a gasoline explosion, and what was left of Torg's hair turned into that sort of rainbow
shimmer head.
Fuse. So it's all natural. Torg woke up like that.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Oh, this? As you approach the compound, you're to the point where you're pretty sure, because they do have guards. It's a proper tribal settlement. There are towers. I mean, they're not very high because it's around, again, the industrial park. So they're not like vast orc towers, right? They're just, maybe 12 feet. You're pretty sure you've been spotted. So you're maybe a couple of blocks from entering the immediate area. And you're all starting to feel a little cold.
A little cold. Okay.
I don't think they're operating these cryogenic freezers correctly.
Bork, are you glad that you have that sweater now?
Bork.
Yeah. You're not cold, are you?
Bork. So everybody gathers up and heads in. I need everyone to make a willpower save, please.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there'll be a reaction of, depending on what your save is.
Oh, yay! Never mind, I rolled great.
I rolled all nears.
Okay.
Why can't I find willpower? I
under saving throws.
Saving throws, bottom left.
Oh, ha. That's
first,
because
it's your first game. You'll get it.
No, it's not that. It's I forgot that I had the my sheet zoomed in.
No.
I'm like, it's not on here.
Just
Can
too tight.
anyone save completely? Well, sorry, fail completely.
Oh, fail
Hold on,
completely.
I haven't gotten it.
No.
Oh,
Again.
Wynona did.
Wynona failed completely.
Yeah, I got a 4 is the highest.
Same.
So Torg and Wynona, the closer you get, the colder they get. Everyone else figures out that it's some kind of psychic attack and shrugs it off. So by the time you're within line of sight of the gate, Wynona and Torg are really cold and shivering, and everyone else is completely immune.
on your head.
Torg feel like this is bad idea. Torg lose sensation in most of Torg
Yes.
Torg body. Torg freeze. Torg very
Torg.
freeze. Torg brain maybe freeze. Torg. Did anyone else feel freeze? Torg.
Yes. Medically speaking, I think that if we keep going, we're gonna lose a toe or maybe the smallest finger on our hands, a phalange, perhaps. I think we should stop now.
Yes, Torg. You know, Torg more about strong and strength, and Torg can't smash when Torg ice brick.
Wynona, Torg, listen to me. Some of us have been.
Lord Navat, you know I like to be called Dr. Dalalila by you. Since
Okay,
you're
Dr. Tara Lila and
Yes.
Torg, listen, please. We've been to one of these before. There's chances are good there's some kind of freak inside of here who's messing with your brains somehow. Look, I don't get it either, exactly.
No,
but it's all
Torg-
in your
Torg
head.
say
The
no.
rest of
Torg-
us aren't
Torg-
cold. It's not actually happening to you.
But who care if Rest not cold? If y'all trouble, Torg no smash. Torg can't smash. Torg can't smash.
and I can't save you if there's trouble. My fingers won't operate.
So the rest of the group notices that there are trogs up on the wall, and there's a variety of weapons, including spears and crossbows, and about half of the trogs are also shivering.
They're also shivering.
Yep.
Oh.
And again, are wearing like coats and layers.
Mm.
Guys, I think that they're under some kind of mind control as well, or not able to resist the psychic energy here in this facility. They're as freaked
Torg-
out and cold as Torg and Dr. Tara
No,
Lila are.
I know Torg not. I know y'all think Torg not smart, but Torg no difference between brain funk and body ice. Torg no, and so does friend. Like we know this Torg, this cold not brain,
This is
not brain
real.
psychic.
No. This is real. And if I had my bag of costumes, Goldie, I would be able to put them on and be warmer.
Torg feel very, very, very bad about not offer to hold a chest of costume now. Torg realized that Torg should have just given up arm usage.
It's okay. I understand. Don't worry. Fashion first is what I say, but no one else believes me.
No, I get it. Torg get it. Torg should have known better. Torg.
B wants to talk to me. What are you trying to say, B?
Nevoid, what happens if instead of doing your little flame game on your head, if you put little safety flames on our friends? Is that a thing you can do?
I mean, I've never tried it before exactly, but I could give it a go and see if
what's the worst that happens? We ignite our friends that are already cold.
Well, I wouldn't actually light them on fire. I'd just maybe make them think that I had fire near them.
Not a bad idea. Try it, please, pretty please.
Okay.
So you want to use a variation of what you do to terrorize to make them.
Yeah, I
feel
think I'm
warm?
gonna like kind of maybe like a variation on that, and just see if I can like generate some fire hands that I would maybe like hold up to their backs.
And you'd prefer.
I've already
that it
been a
be-
deathhead balloon for a while, so
Yeah.
I'm saying light their feet on fire so they are warm, not you having to keep it on all times. Is that possible?
I don't really do
That's
that
fine.
kind of magic.
Yeah.
I'd actually have to light their feet on fire. It wouldn't be a mind fire. It would be like a real fire. And I don't want to burn our
Okay.
friends.
Let's go back to the idea where you turn your own hands into hot pads and hold them on the backs of our friends then.
Okay.
I won't make you make a roll. You can generate a little warmth, but you can quickly figure out, because you kind of have a sense of what's going on here. If they're exposed to heat or what they think is heat, they will think they're a little bit warmer, but that won't get rid of the fact that they believe they're cold.
Right.
Do we keep going? Like, clearly this is a hive mind with a big B at the end of it, and I'm not saying that just because my
There's
name
about
is B,
eight,
kind of thing.
of 8 trogs just watching you at this point.
Yeah.
We're out bickering in front of the wall with a
Yep.
bunch of guys up above us.
Yep.
Great. Okay.
I
Clearly,
believe
we're gonna have to take them away from this scenario, right? So they're gonna either have to go. It's if you remember from the last time we encountered this, it only gets worse.
True.
Do you want to pull them back?
Sort of.
Okay. I'm not
this
asking you
makes
to
a
attempt.
difference.
I feel like a fountain of bad ideas today, everybody. I'm just gonna continue to stay here and come up with the worst ideas
Hey.
and have everybody look at me with those faces that say
You didn't
that's a
know
bad
that,
idea.
You didn't know that feral
And I'm gonna
pig
look
was a
here and
pet.
go, oh, I thought it was a pretty good idea. And you're all gonna look at me like I had 8 heads, and I don't have, I just have 5 eyes. So it's all good, but we either should remove them from it or burst through the wall. That sounds like what we could do.
I say we roll with what Eric's plan.
Let's see what happens.
We're all here.
Are you standing literally at the gate to the place?
Torg, can you talk to these individuals or not?
To Torg, cold, Torg, very cold.
Then no, we have to go back. The plan was to have Torg talk to them. Torg can't get through Torg's own name. So no,
All
let's
right.
back off.
So where are we gonna go? What do
So
we do?
if we back off, do they feel it less? If
That's
like,
what I want to find out.
Gotcha.
Zod, make a sense check, please.
Yes. Success, baby. 1 success.
You feel something reaching out for you from inside the settlement.
Okay, look. Guys,
Mm-hmm.
this has happened before. At these cryo centers, whatever they are,
Mm-hmm.
something is trying to make contact with me. In my mind. I don't know what it is, but something is reaching out to me. Like the last time when it turned out it was a guy who'd been alive forever and just wanted to eat chocolate and die. And I mind melded with him, and then Erik killed him while I was in his mind, so I died while eating chocolate.
you say that
But-
like it was a bad idea, but he wanted to die, and there was only one way to kill him.
He did want to die, and you did him a favor, but I was in there mentally, and it's not great, man.
Now, how am I going to know that that was the case?
I feel like this is such a weird backstory, and I'm freezing to death.
And there's now 12 trogs just like watching you like you're the 6 o'clock news at this point.
Torg.
Why
I'm
don't
just
the
gonna
four-
turn around to the things that are watching us and go, "Hi."
One of them does this.
Thank you.
Oh, hi! You're waving back to me. I don't have any weapons. Does that mean anything to you?
You stupid?
Oh, very me? Yes, very.
He throws down a dagger.
He throws it down?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for this present that you've given us. I'm B. These are my friends.
Pick
We're all
up
here together.
dagger.
Huh?
Pick up dagger.
I have it right here.
Now you have weapon.
Oh, but I don't need it. I don't want this. I don't want to fight you. We're friends. We're friends for you. If you want.
They look at each other very confused.
Guys, help me. Can somebody help me? I'm talking a lot and they're not really. I have a dagger in my hands now. I'm going to drop it.
I'm going to shoot one of them in the head.
Oh, please don't, Erik, no!
Torg!
Erik, no, please.
Everyone roll your speed dice. Lower
Okay.
left-hand corner of the sheet, roll that many dice and add up the result.
Okay.
To stop Erik, you would have to roll higher than him, but he has a very good speed because he's a combat.
What do we need to roll? What do we need to roll?
A number of dice equal to your speed and then add them together.
Minus
Okay,
20.
I got a 17.
Can anybody beat 20? Because that's how fast combat guy is.
All right, hold on, wait.
28.
28.
30.
28.
30.
Okay, so the only one that could stop him.
Torg got left. Sorry. Jen, very bad at quick math.
That's fine.
28. 29.
Okay,
29.
so the 30, Torg in Goldwater. Erik reaches the Erik point, and Karen comes out because that happens. You know the man. You know what he does, and you take aim almost instantly. Do the two of you try to stop him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how will you do that? Will you hector him? Will you smack him? Will you shoot him in his third eye? Will you impugn his character? What tactic do you wish to take?
I mean, I don't know where we are in relation to each other. If I'm right next to him, I'm going to just bop the rifle up so he can't.
You can easily be a maneuver, which is within near range.
Okay.
You can do that with no problem.
I'm just going to pop his rifle up.
So you're going to have to make a brawl melee against him.
Yeah, take that.
Torg was going to suggest doing that, but if you want to, I guess Torg say okay.
I'm doing it. Like,
Okay.
I go first. So
He might fail.
I did not. I succeeded.
I feel bad for doubt.
So Erik, you
Yes.
do have the choice to try to shoot Goldwater,
No, I won't.
or you can just let that happen
I'll just
and
let it happen.
express frustration and disappointment.
I will express neither. I'll just put it back.
All right, and then I'll look. I'm like, look, I know this is really frustrating, but I don't want to fight 100 trogs right now. Okay?
They look like really sweet little targets, Erik. Like they're moving real slow. Like you could pick those suckers
I'm
off
trying
all
to
day
take me,
long.
God. I'm not into it.
Can Torg not talk well, but Torg can still move arm. Can Torg put arm around him so he cannot use shoot finger? Like bear hug?
He's not going to try to use his shoot finger. Don't worry about it. I mean, you could put your arm around him if you want to.
Yeah,
but-
you start to do that, and he gives you a look that's like the, "Hey man, it's cool. I'm not shooting anybody right now." Look.
Guys, look, based on the kind of psychic energy that I'm getting here, I don't think that they're going to mess with us. I think whatever's inside this facility is more important. They're going to let us come in. They don't even really think of us as a threat. I think it's beyond their understanding that we might want to go inside here.
I
Navad,
totally agree.
Navad, make a willpower save.
Willpower?
Yep. This is a saving
Okay.
throw versus math.
Oh my lord. I got a partial.
Okay. So this is like cramming for a math test in a quarter of a second. You are inundated with thoughts that are simply mathematical.
Mathematical.
Yeah, you.
Like I'm like the meme of the
Yes.
all the math symbols.
Yeah, with the diagrams. And
Okay.
yeah, totally.
Okay.
You didn't fail, so you're not knocked out, but you didn't succeed, so you don't fully like eat your grok with it. All you know is whatever's in there that's trying to reach you just sent a bunch of math at you.
Okay. Whoa. Goldwater, I think this would have been, I don't know. I don't know anything about taxes really. I think maybe this is more your thing. Like, these guys are cold, and now all I can think about is math, and not just any math, like fancy math, like symbols math, like curly Q's and lines math.
Equations.
Yes, equations.
Well, more than equations, like big math.
Symbols and equations. Calculus and the like. It's a bit beyond me as well. Look, I'm getting us in there one way or the other, and I stomp up to the door or the gate or whatever.
So there are some crossbows pointed at you, but again, they seem weak. A few of them are shaking. They don't really seem committed to engaging.
Please let us in.
The same one that waved at B. We busy.
I am also busy. I am here on, I pull out some papers, official IRS business.
Make
I feel bad because I'm lying. I'm not here on official IRS business.
You could be.
It's hard to justify. It's not why we're here.
So in that case, because of how you see it, make a deceive roll.
Okay.
Just audit them. I mean,
I don't succeed, but I feel like my heart's in the right place and that karma's on my side.
In fact, I'm not even going to make you reroll. I will give you that.
Ooh, nice.
So karma allows your persuasive, your tax bluster to cause them to open the gate. When the gates open, Torg and Wynona both take 1 injury.
Ooh.
So just roll a d6 and take an injury to that location. The injury doesn't have any effect. It's just an injury. That's from psychic cold, because when the gate opens to you, it feels like, a gust of Arctic wind.
Blast of Arctic blast.
It's like
Arctic blast. Woo! Gatorade time.
Do I get a blast of math?
You do not.
Okay.
Theirs
That's
is
a
not,
very bad Gatorade flavor, by the way. Math blast.
Math blast. Yeah, it didn't
Word.
go well. I always picture Kenneth Branagh's, when he opens the door to his empty lab, and it's the most pointlessly dramatic shot of that year. It's just empty lab. It's like that. Okay, so Wynona and Torg both apparently were hurt by getting closer. So the difference in Nevada, and you can tell this, is the effect that's taking effect on them is not directed, right? It's like kind of atmospheric.
Oh.
The thing you're affecting is personal. It's like
It's something's with me. Oh,
conscious.
Boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And standing in front of you is a little toad dude, like a Neanderthal toad dude, wearing a yellow raincoat with a yellow human skull and an cedar mop. Who are you?
Goldwater.
My name is IRS Special Agent Delano Goldwater. I'm here on official IRS business.
What is IRS?
The Internal Revenue Service. I understand if you don't know what it is, but I assure you it is necessary for me to look at the office and look over the numbers of this business.
He who lies beyond the ice whispers to me that the IRS ain't nothing to fuck with.
They are wise.
Come with me.
Yay!
Nice.
When Wynona and Torg fall in, if you do, with this priest, the effect goes away, but the injuries do not. So you'll start to warm back up.
Oh.
But yeah, it feels like you took like actual cold damage.
Okay.
And this priest, about 6 of the other trogs kind of fall in with you, and they're heading over towards some stairs that go up to the roof. And from here, you can see that one of the cryogenic pods has been moved up to the roof, and it's in a position of honor, and it's hooked to something with a satellite dish.
Oh. How far away from it are we?
152 feet.
Okay, and like it's up higher.
It's on the second floor on the roof.
Okay.
And then it's on a bit of a dais. And you can see, because Erik tried to unplug one of these, that it looks like you were right. So you get a little more, can sleep at night about your theory that it wouldn't have just powered off. Like they've moved it and its internal power. And then there are cables to external power they've moved to the roof. So apparently it has many redundant systems to keep it from shutting down. And they've moved all of that up to the roof. And the whole thing just looks like a hive of activity. There are a couple dozen of these trogs just working on whatever this machine is.
Well, I say we go up to it.
I'm about it.
Is the
Sure.
The priest is walking with Navad.
okay?
I am Carl. Who
Hi,
are you?
Carl. They call me Lord Navad.
Your names are strange. This is Walter and Bill. And points over to Wynona. Who is this?
Hi, I'm Dr. Tadalaila. You can call me Wynona. I'm a medic. I love the color purple. I have a dog.
Woof, woof. Do you serve he who lives beyond the ice?
Of course I do. Yes. Who doesn't? I mean, who doesn't, right? Am I right? Right?
So he.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my
yes.
gosh. Yeah. I
He-
see, baby. Oh, boy.
He points
What's a
over
icy boy?
to a bunch of poles on which there are impaled raiders. They did not. They are gone now. The work must continue.
Must. Absolutely.
So he starts going up the stairs.
Hey, Carl.
Yes.
I'm Erik.
Oh, good. A proper name.
Can you tell us about the work a little bit? Maybe we can help.
Yes. He beyond the ice whispers to us, we who are speakers and can hear them. And then we gather what is needed and assemble the device.
And what is this device meant to do?
Well, to even ask such a question is hubris.
Agreed.
I have a question for you. I'm so sorry to interrupt. My name is B. Hello. Is your
Hello?
device
Hello, B?
working? Yeah, that's me. Is your device working?
We have not reached the completion, but have done system tests and limited power-ups.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
He leans in. I don't fully understand it either, but it is not mine to understand, for I am simply Carl, speaker for he who dwells beyond the ice.
Sure.
Have you come to help us?
Guys, right?
yes.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure. Wait a minute. Navad, didn't you say you got a whole bunch of math stuff in your head?
Yeah, look, guys. Like the one that we went to before. Chocolate. Apparently this one is like he wants people to build stuff. He's like a I don't know. I feel like it's one of those kind of deals. Like somebody's in that thing who's telling them what to do with his mind. But it's more important than eating chocolate or bigger. It's bigger. They need math stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't got math stuff, but all I've got is some, tech skills.
Tech skills, yes. And he's got a belt. And he swings it around. You realize it's a tool belt, and you realize he's actually got some high-tech equipment on his belt.
I'm sorry, is that an odometer and a radometer? What are you doing with those?
What we're told, but we don't always know what these things are, and we fear we don't execute the commands correctly.
Oh my gosh, sweetheart, do you mind if I help you? I happen to be a total whiz kid with some of these things. It's a little odds and ends.
He is so happy he begins tearing up. He has sent for you. It must be.
Oh,
Carl is
sweetie.
very happy. Would you like some of my Luna bar?
Of course, let me have that. Thank you.
Warning, Luna bars taste like butthole, but they are supposedly very healthy for you.
I've heard that. As a doctor, I can say they are.
This one is
buttholes are healthy for you?
lemon butthole flavor.
Was there somebody who tasted the buttholes first to figure out what the Luna bars would taste like?
Right? Or did they just all happen to taste like buttholes? I don't understand either, but I'm happy to share.
Thank you.
So you're now coming up around to the top. And yeah, these guys, it's very clear now after that exchange that they're almost like handing kids tools and like having them pretend to like fix a clock radio. So they're doing shit, but most of what they're doing is wrong because they don't really understand the tools or what they're doing. So they're very earnestly plugging and unplugging and screwing and unscrewing. Well, that's it. But the whole thing is just a clusterfuck of technology.
Oh my god, I have an idea. Color me silly, but I think what we could do is I can show these guys really quick how to use the materials, and I can use Jeepers to create a tutorial video. We can just have them fly around me really quick. I can show Jeepers what we're doing, and then I can leave them the file, and they can keep this going whenever we're gone.
Nevada, I need a sense check, please.
Yep. I had a feeling.
It's a perfect plan. Nothing can go wrong.
2 successes.
You hear the words come to me.
Yeah.
A female voice, mid-40s,
Okay.
and it carries the same emotional weight as the math blast. You're pretty sure it's the same mind.
Same emotional weight.
Somebody very smart, somebody very grounded in that math.
It doesn't overwhelm me, but I get it's the same. I get the sense it's the same presence.
Like the last time you had experience with this, the connection is becoming more solid.
Okay, guys. Whatever's in the pod wants me to go towards it. I need to come to the pod.
Let me go with you. That way, if there's something techie, I can help out.
Okay.
Carl says, B, has the one behind the ice sent for this Nevada as well?
Yes, actually. Oh my gosh, the one behind the ice is giving them some vibes, some very strong vibes.
I get those vibes. It's
You're on the
amazing.
waves too? You're on some vibes? You
I get
vibing?
all kinds of vibes. And there's another one of these priests up there tending the pod, and that one says, I also am getting the vibes.
Oh my god, we all vibe! He, she, we, they vibe!
This is William. Hello.
Hello, William.
Does William also vibe?
He all the other yellow raincoat, human skull, mop, and William approaches Navad. You're expected.
I was beginning to get that impression, yes. Okay.
So this is very much a cryopod. It looks a little like an Aliens, the movie Aliens sleep chamber, but it's frosted up all Mr. Freeze styling, and it's leaned back a little bit. And there's clearly, you can see him partially, there's a person in there, partially frozen, blue and white skin, literally partially frosted up. The pod is connected to generators, life support, and then has been jury-rigged to some kind of machine that these trogs are building.
Okay. I'm going to go up to the pod and put my hands on the pod and just see if I can get a better connection.
So when you do that, all of the trogs stop working and look your direction. So you will all see that.
All of them.
And Navad, you hear that woman's voice in your head. You have come.
Yes, I'm here.
Good. Good. There's so much work to be done.
I'm sure. What are we doing?
We have to prove it.
We have to prove it, but what is it?
You're not here to volunteer for work with the project?
I'm here to understand the project, but I don't know if I've decided to work for the project yet. What is your name?
You sense some discomfort. She says, I am Dr. Hannah Wells, as if you didn't know. So are you here to mock me?
No.
So at this point, in a kind of reversal, those watching see frost forming on Navad's robes.
Frost.
Yeah, you don't see that. Everybody else does.
Okay. Tell me, Dr. Wells.
And I'll assume, by the way, they can hear you speaking out loud, but will not hear her.
Right. I'm not here to mock you. What year do you think this is, Dr. Wells?
What year?
Yes.
Make a willpower save.
One success and one partial.
You may choose. Do you want her to know by looking in your brain or not?
Yeah. I do. I've been down this road before, baby.
There is a burst of energy. Take a wound. You are temporarily kicked out. So everybody sees him cry out, and he has a bunch of ice formed on him, and he staggers back. And you hear kind of a word. It's, imagine telling somebody you've been in a coma for 100 years, essentially. So it's just psychic shock.
Yeah.
Torg, we gotta get him. Torg, can you get him? Something's happening.
The trogs are agitated.
Torg would like to help, but Torg not know how Torg hand can help Navad brain.
Yeah.
Some of the workers put down tools and pick up weapons. They're not sure what the blast of cold means.
Is he able to go back and talk to her, Dr. Wells?
Up to him.
Can anybody else talk to her, or only him?
So what you saw is you saw him put his hand on the case.
Right.
You could certainly try that.
Since I'm next to him, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna run over there and put my hand on the system that's like monitoring the heart monitors and all that stuff, and see if I can get any kind of like emotional or internal access via the tech.
Make a sense roll.
One success, one partial.
Success means you hear a voice. So it's already happened then.
I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about, Dr. Wells, but probably.
I was tracking extraterrestrial objects. I believe them to be alien in origin. I believe the Earth was under alien surveillance for quite some time. The university sanctioned me. My family had me committed.
I'm so sorry, Dr. Wells. You were on point. That shouldn't have happened to you, and everything that you were thinking about is totally true.
Am I observing B having success with this?
Yes. And you can kind of...
I'm going to come join...
So you're going to try setting your hand on her shoulder or something?
Yeah, like kind of like see if we can kind of chain reaction it a little bit, or like double
Yeah,
it
we'll
up.
double vibe. We'll double helix vibe like this.
It's a favorable narrative device, let's say yes. So
Okay.
You splice into the party line.
Okay.
Dr. Wells, I'm going to let Lord Navad in. We're on a 3-way mental call. Don't be alarmed.
I'm back.
Navad? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Navad's here.
The machine was to confirm my suspicion.
They are more than confirmed.
Dr. Wells, all of your suspicions are very confirmed. And you can rest.
So there was at least one alien ship?
I mean, my understanding is there were lots of them.
The entire world is in ruin, Dr. Wells. I don't mean to shock you into the reality that we're in right now, but there's really no sugarcoating any of this. And I really don't think it's any of our jobs to try to keep you from the reality that you haven't been living in. But I am sorry. I'm sorry you're right, because it's sad.
So I had a lot of data from the ships I'd been tracking, and the machine was to confirm positioning. Tracking data can be targeting data.
You want us to build a tracking data can be targeting data?
If the machine is completed and it can track one of the things that I was tracking, those same coordinates, if that ship is still here, could be used to target weapons against it.
I'm gonna
What do
kind
we
of
need?
mind talk with B.
What do we? Oh yeah. Let's talk it out. What do we need?
I don't know how to do any of the building of the stuff, and I don't think I'm probably as bad as the Trogs are.
The Trogs are like working with oven mitts on. Do you have technical skill?
I do.
It's mostly built. All I would need to do is connect it up.
As in like on a broadcast?
No, together. It's take a look around. It's assembled poorly. These creatures were, I didn't fully understand what they were, but now I do.
Okay, I have an idea. Calling me crazy, but what if you channel your voice through me and allow my tech abilities and my knowledge to come out of your vocal mouth to your Trogs? That way they get all the instructions. It's like we're taking off their oven mitts, and then they get to talk to you.
I was thinking of something more direct.
Okay.
I think she wants you to plug it in, B.
I'll plug it in. I'll just plug it in.
Do you mind if I use your hands?
Not at all. By all
Ooh.
means.
So at this point, everybody sees Navad and B step back, and Navad just kind of does this a little bit. B's eyes go white on white, and she begins working on the machine. Picking up tools. And I love your somnambulistic technology dance.
Beep, beep, boop, beep, doop,
And
doop.
the creepy little trog skull dudes hand you various tools. It looks like it might take her a couple of hours to just go to the parts that were beyond the trogs and put them together with proper pure hands and some technical expertise. Like they may never have gotten this right. Like they were indelicate tools at best.
It's like the monkeys type in Shakespeare kind of thing. Like
Exactly.
maybe they'd get there eventually, but
Yeah.
okay.
But look, we invented the microwave. Well, it's not what we wanted, but well done, monkeys.
Right.
So she's hard at work.
And the trogs respect us and
Oh, they are treating her like they were treating the priest at this point.
nice.
Because clearly the one who lives behind the ice is speaking to her. And I would assume the special effects would be she breathes frost. I mean, it would be very obvious that she is affected.
So we just hang around for a couple hours.
Do you need a snack?
Oh, Torg always eat. Torg could always snack. Torg would be okay with snack.
We have some cheese balls. They come in drums and never decay.
Torg, love, ball of cheese.
They taste nothing like cheese, but are delicious. Whatever the powder is made of was sent by the gods.
I'm sorry. Do you have any dog food? Maybe Purina, maybe in a can.
Oh
Non.
yes, we can feed your dogs.
Okay.
So he clearly means feed your dog to someone. The meaning of dog food is not at all what you're looking for.
Right.
So you will have to get them away from poor Borf.
Poor
All
Borf.
right, so I think that's going to be a montage, largely of B working her buns off. Is anybody try to help her? Or just going to watch her go?
She's the Muppet. She's doing it all on her own.
I can hand her things, but she doesn't want me doing anything more technical than like use a wrench, use a screwdriver.
Is Dr. Wells literally controlling B's hand?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, she is possessed at this point.
Okay.
Can one of us talk to Dr. Wells through B?
Sure.
So,
Oh,
Dr.
Torg.
Wells.
Torg is curious about Ice Lady. Torg thankful for large cheese ball surplus. Torg like cheese ball. They're good. Remind Torg of a favorite Orange Julius workplace in mall and back in pre Nuke days. But Torg curious. Torg wonder, why build machine so important, Ice Lady, when you know that it's ineffective considering what you worry has already happened?
She mutters. They sanctioned me. They took my tenure. My family committed me. I was right.
Torg understand. Torg feel very bad. Torg know what it like to be misunderstood. But Torg trying to tell you. Torg and friends know. Torg us know that you right.
a section of the machine lights up at this point. There's kind of a power-up noise, like a. So you think she's about a third of the way done. Poor B, she's got like little cuts on her hand. She's dripping with sweat. Like whoever's, this Wells person is apparently not aware of how hard she's working. B doesn't care.
Can I talk to her about that?
Absolutely.
Hi, doctor to doctor. I get it. I went to med school. I did the whole internship. Had a few people die on my watch, if you know what I mean. But we all do. The thing
I'm a stellar physicist.
A physicist. Oh,
stellar physicist.
Stellar. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, different. Different.
The quantum engineer. I haven't lost anyone on my watch. I'm not going to now.
Of course. And B here is well, it looks like she's bleeding. So if we could take a little time out.
Well, give me a persuade roll. Yeah, be kind of on the inside of yourself. You can feel your hands being worked too hard, and you can still. She's driving you.
A partial. I got a 5.
Okay. She will slow down a little bit, and she does stop briefly to take a drink, because one of the things she's not doing is drinking water while exerting. So you could be yelling water at her, and she'll, So she's talking to Torg. My work needs to make a difference. We must have lost.
Your work did make difference. It's all over now. The world's changed. You're right. It's okay. It may seem bad, but really it's not. It's, could be worse. Most of us happy here. So really, it's okay. You should not feel bad. You were right. Everyone equal now. Before, no equal. Now, equally changed.
There is no United States?
No United States, no unite anything really. Now we all just Noob's land.
She works harder. They took it from us. They built it up and they took it from us. And at that point, she lets B go. B take an injury.
Oh my God, you guys. I'm covered in cuts and bruises. What happened to me? I'm so tired.
Give me your hands. There we go.
So Nevada, the machine is plugged in and powered up.
Okay.
There is a data screen near the cryopod.
Okay. There's a data screen?
Yep, it's for entry of data.
Well, guys, there's a thing here. I don't know anything about how to work this stuff. I mean, B, I feel bad. You were the one who did all the work, but I think you're the only one who probably even knows how to use this.
I can't touch it because my hands are all bloody. Can you touch it for me and I can come and look at it for you?
Okay, it's only fair. Yeah, tell me what to do.
Okay, let me see. Okay, yep. Put in the code. I believe
so
it.
B, it's pretty obvious because you hope to assemble it and you're looking at it. It's some kind of code needs to be input, and then you'll get something back.
Okay. Do I still have access to Dr. Wells even though she let me go? Can I still hear her somehow? Okay.
Nope.
Let's see. What was the other guy's name? Kyle, Kevin?
Carl,
sweetie. Dr. Wells flooded Navad's brain. You know what, Dr. Navad? Were there any standout numbers that flooded your brain whenever you were talking to Dr. Wells?
Yeah, let me see if I can remember.
Okay.
So when you start trying to remember, your hands go right to the keyboard.
Okay. Cool. So I start typing.
So he now, like every 80s movie, trying to think of the one was one where a guy fell in love, his computer fell in love. Electric Dreams.
Yes.
Sort of like Electric Dreams, the data flows through you, and there's lots of ridiculous screen graphics and lots of swordfish-like pans by Navad doing sexy hacking as he enters the codes. And you input what she gave you.
Okay.
And then do you hit return?
I mean, sure. Yeah. I feel like intuitively that's what I should do.
Do it.
Okay. The satellite dish starts moving. And your reaction, B, is echoed by all the trogs. So a lot of throwing up of plastic hats and little frog dudes jumping up and down. Bork is borking it up.
I
So
send
who's-
Jeepers to get a really good shot, like a really slow drone shot, like when everybody's throwing up their hands.
It moves into position and then starts beeping away, and it's clearly downloading something.
Okay. It looks like it stopped here and it's giving us either going to give us what we need or
And then
something.
with that, it entirely powers down, including the cryopod.
Oh.
Oh my god, we have
A
to
little
look at the
green
cryopod.
light goes on, beep, and it spits out a little thing that's a little like memory card, but it's a little bigger than the ones we use. Nuked is actually retro. It's retro future from the point of view of the 80s. So we as future people know the memory cards are this big, but in Nuked, memory card is kind of that big.
Like a big chunky, like one of those
Yeah.
chunkies.
It's like a zip drive.
Well, actually,
Floppy?
past that one, Mike, what was the format past zip drive that was used primarily for audio? The cartridges were about that big.
Dad.
Yes. They're like DAC cartridges. Wow, that was very exciting for anybody watching. We narrowed down which cartridge they're based on.
Yes.
So it beeps, it's downloaded to that cartridge, it pops out, and then clearly the machine just dies. It's done. The last thing that you hear from Dr. Hannah Wells, Navad, is this. Stedman Heights Station. You are aware that it's a military base.
Stedman Heights Station.
Yep.
I'm writing this down. I'm literally writing this down. Stedman Heights
Station.
Station. It's a military base. Guys, I think we have to take this card to a place called Stedman Heights Station. It's a military base of some kind.
The trogs are waking up.
Mike, can I put this card in my in Jeepers?
Yeah, he can't really load it, but you can put it into his Jeepers cargo anus, or there's got to be room in him to put it.
Yeah, he's just gonna hold it for safekeeping.
Yeah, just click. You bring down a little drawer thing. You pop that in. You fix it up. Yeah.
Cool.
Beep beep beep.
Family, Torg start to be very worried about the Trog. Trogs seem to not be so cold and confused anymore, and feel like maybe this is not a good place for us.
Yeah,
Yes, we should probably leave. I start running.
They all seem disoriented. Some of them start to rush to action. Fortunately, they were affected to feel that they were cold, even though they're not. So they're all suffering from basically low-level heat stroke. So a lot of them run into attack and just pass out, which is kind of the most pathetic fight scene ever. Because you start running away, and all these overheated trogs in pimp coats run up, get him, and then
fall over.
Yeah, and then Torg can easily just part the Red Sea. It doesn't look like, just from your facial torgosity, that you're murdering them, right? You're just kind of moving them out of the way.
Yeah, Torg feel kind of bad for them, because at first Torg was scared, but now Torg see they have no power and no control. So Torg just sort of gently push them to side as one. It just kind of takes the lead and just sort of swashes them away to where they just gently fall over. To hopefully not hurt anything.
Immediately
terribly.
behind Torg, and I'm also doing the apology train of I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, as she knocks them all down.
I'll just throw a death head on just for fun.
Yeah, that'll help clear the way. They're angry, but they're mostly disoriented. So we would pull the camera back at this point. So we would see, we'd go to we're looking down at the complex and seeing the group pull back. Nevad, you can feel that Wells is gone. Yeah. So far from your experience with the cryopods, people that survive in those pods are very much like ghosts. They have something they need to do, which they've hung on for. And if they can accomplish it, they're ready to go. In her case, literally because she was hooked to the machine, unlike when Erik had to do the dirty deed, she effectively was able to unplug herself and just power all
she
the
got
stuff
what she
out.
needed and then fried her own pod with.
And they're only tenuously hanging on anyway. And something that, again, if anyone's watching, you are aware from something you did for setup that the reason they can do this is cryo-frozen people in this setting. It does something to their frozen minds where they become telepathic. It's kind of like being superconductivity. The cryo-freezing process leaves some of them as
ice crystals give them psychic
frozen
powers.
ghosts. So this one, though, you come out with the assurance that this one is satisfied to have done what she needed to do. And you're aware that she thought of herself as Cassandra, which is also the name of the episode. She had a warning that no one would listen to.
Love it.
And she's now content that someone has listened. Okay, so Colt, this is the actual end of this episode. We're ending a little bit early, but we're definitely setting up for the next run of 2 sessions. The setup is going to be figuring out what the deal with the military base is and getting another teammate who's actually an expert at infiltration and hacking of high security facilities. So we're going to follow the plot from that cartridge to where that leads. And where that leads is potentially an act of rebellion against the angels and the doom they've brought to humankind. All right, so do we give this on over to, so thanks for coming, everybody. Let's give this over to Shannon, yeah?
Yeah, fantastic. Hey, everybody. I'm dropping the Nevad act here for a second, and I'm just going to be me, Shannon. Thank you guys all so much for joining us for the very, very first ever broadcast of Nuked, and also the very first 819 entertainment event ever to be broadcast in front of a live audience. We really appreciate it. We want to give super special thanks to Colt Joyce, who is our technical director. He's doing a bunch of amazing stuff in the background. We also want to give a shout out to Qui-Gon Bowers, who is our moderator this evening in the chat. I hope you guys had a good time in the chat. I was poking my head in every once in a while. We're going to take this episode. We're going to upload it on YouTube. So go to YouTube 819 Entertainment. You can look for us on YouTube. We're going to get the whole episode up there. And then stay tuned to the internets in various stripes, probably on Twitter. Tomorrow, we're going to let you know who our guest is going to be. We're going to do a little 2-part episode coming to you as part of this season of Nuked. Every Monday at 7 p.m. Central this fall. So you will see us next Monday the 14th and Monday the 21st in a little 2-part episode featuring a special guest that we'll tell you about tomorrow. So thank you guys all very, very much. Yay! We did it!